So, it's been 6 years since the last GTA game was released. Yes, GTA 5 was released in 2013 and we are still waiting for GTA 6. When will Rockstar Games be releasing Grand Theft Auto 6? Well, we've got some news, but not too much. All we know at this time is that we have Red Dead Redemption 2, but no GTA 6 until further notice. Here we go, back at it yet again with another video. Good day guys, I'm Champ Chong, and if you guys want to see GTA 6 released by Rockstar Games already, make sure you smack that like button real good. Anyway, let's dive right into the topic of today's video, which is all to do with Rockstar Games and Grand Theft Auto 6. So, GTA 5 was released 6 years ago, and it's crazy how time flies by. It feels honestly just like it was yesterday when that game was coming out, and I was at the midnight release interviewing random gamers about their expectations for the game. Now, in these 6 years, we've had no announcements regarding the next GTA game. Absolutely nothing. What we have had is the release of Red Dead Redemption 2, which honestly is an incredible game. So that sort of filled the void for the time being. On top of that, we've also seen GTA Online and even Red Dead Online become main staples for both of those franchises from Rockstar Games. The interesting thing to note down here is that in the 6 years since the last GTA game, it's the longest we've gone without a GTA since the release of the original one, and it's just insane to even think that it was that far and that long ago. The first GTA game, Grand Theft Auto, was released in 1997. Then you've got GTA 2, which came out in 1999. Then GTA 3 in 2001, which was another 2 years after that. And then 2 years after that, we saw Vice City come out in 2003. Then, just a year later, in 2004, San Andreas was released. GTA 4 broke that really quick 1 to 2 year release date time period, and it came out 4 years later on a completely new engine and a completely new generation of consoles. Then we waited 5 more years up until 2013 for the release of GTA 5, and it was the longest until the growing 6-year drought we have until right now. And honestly, that drought may grow beyond 6 years to even 7 or 8 years, which is really sad to even think about. And when you really think about it, when we did get the drop of the initial GTA 4 trailer, it was in March of 2007. And then over a year later, in April of 2008, it was the GTA 4 release. Then you move on to a game like GTA 5 and it gets even crazier. The first trailer for that game was released in 2011, and then the game wasn't even released until September of 2013. So if we are to even get a trailer in the year 2019, which is obviously this year, the year of making this video, or 2020 next year, we might not see the next Grand Theft Auto game, Grand Theft Auto 6, until 2021 or 2022, or I don't even want to go beyond that or even think about it really. That's just honestly so far away. It's a scary thought. On top of all that, we've got to ask the question, does Rockstar Games even need to release GTA 6, with GTA 5 still somehow being one of the best-selling games to this day, and every single month when sales reports come in, GTA Online is huge and GTA is still selling like hotcakes. Seriously, GTA Online is a juggernaut of microtransactions, and they're making mountains of money every single month. On top of that, some people have stated there is a chance we could see GTA 6 being released on this generation of consoles just in time for just before the release of the next generation of consoles. So similar to what we saw with the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 getting Grand Theft Auto 5, GTA 6 could launch on the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, and then eventually will be ported over to the PlayStation 4 and next Xbox console, so that way Rockstar will double the money because you would probably end up buying both versions of the game anyway, and then eventually they'll port it over to the PC once enough people have doubled up on their copies of Grand Theft Auto 6. But I honestly don't think this is too much of a realistic thing to really think about it, because when you do think about it, the timeline just doesn't add up this time around. It was just a coincidence last generation, and that way Rockstar made billions more essentially. Now let's move away from the game and the consoles, and let's take a look at Rockstar Games themselves, specifically what Dan Houser, who's one of the key people and writers of the series. He was actually thankful that Rockstar didn't end up releasing another GTA game, but instead a Red Dead Redemption game, with Red Dead Redemption 2 being released late last year in 2018. Now the following are direct quotes from Dan Houser himself regarding GTA 6 and the release. "It's really unclear what we would even do with GTA 6, let alone how upset people would get with whatever we did. Both intense liberal progression and intense conservatism are both very militant and very angry. It is scary, but it's also strange, and yet both of them seem occasionally to veer towards the absurd. It's hard to satirize for those reasons. Some of the stuff you see is straightforwardly beyond satire. It would be out of date within 2 minutes, and everything is changing so fast." Basically, if you don't understand what Dan Houser is referring to right here, it's the political spectrum, the political landscape we live in. They would want to touch on things similar to how, I would say, South Park does things. They create something within 3 to 5, 7 days, and then they put it on television and it lives for that moment. But in the current climate of things are just changing way too quickly for them to jump on board with something, and then the story of the game, by the time they even finish developing it, or even quarter way through, or even 20% through, it's going to be out of date, and that's the fact of the game. They don't want to jump into something like that, and that's the reason they are happy that they went with Red Dead Redemption, which they've kind of got a story arc, something set in the way past, the distant past, and they can stick to that rather than a changing landscape of modern times. So to basically summarize that, in my opinion, I think Rockstar did make the right decision to go with Red Dead Redemption 2 as a release rather than the next Grand Theft Auto game at this very time. Something they may be working on with the next Grand Theft Auto game is not making it something in the modern times, because that is kind of more difficult and more challenging for them because of the current climate that we do live in. But also creating something similar to how Red Dead Redemption is stuck in its ways, where you've got to stick to certain things because of historical stuff. You've got problems there, and the time period and everything like that. So if they go with an 80s theme, similar to Vice City, if they were to spruce up a Vice City world into modern day, it would be quite a bit of a mess, I think. It would also be challenging for them to go back in that period, and then also you get rid of technology because the 80s were quite different to this. So it's definitely going to be very, very challenging for Rockstar depending on what way they do go with the next Grand Theft Auto game. Now, another thing to bring up regarding Rockstar Games themselves is, did they make the right decision to basically fire producer Leslie Benzies, who was the head of Rockstar North? Let me make something very, very clear. Leslie Benzies has worked on every single Grand Theft Auto game from the very first game in 1997 until GTA 5 in 2013. Rockstar then asked him to take a break for a year back in 2013, and once he came back to the company, he wasn't allowed into the Rockstar North offices. We're not exactly sure what's going on here, but now they're actually in a $50 million lawsuit over the matter. It'll be interesting to see how the next Grand Theft Auto game is made without Benzies leading the charge, but we shouldn't be too worried because I'm sure that Rockstar Games will be able to handle this, as he actually had no involvement with any of the Red Dead games, Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2, and both of those games, in my opinion, were both masterpieces, and Leslie Benzies had, as I said, no involvement with those games. And if they can do something as great as Red Dead Redemption 2 recently, I'm pretty sure they'll be able to do it without him for a Grand Theft Auto game. And also, just to mention, on top of that, I doubt that Rockstar Games will just release a half-assed Grand Theft Auto game, even though Benzies won't be involved. Rockstar will take their time and use all their resources to create the best game possible for us GTA fans. And speaking of Rockstar actually using all of their resources, they used to work a little differently to what they seem to be doing now. What I mean by that is that Rockstar North was the main studio behind GTA games, and then they had other Rockstar studios around the world to develop other games. But with Red Dead Redemption 2, and with just how massive of a game it was, Rockstar combined the efforts of all their studios to create the game. We could end up seeing something similar to this with GTA 6, and the combined efforts of multiple Rockstar studios working on the game simultaneously. So all in all, this is pretty much the reason that Rockstar are taking so long with GTA 6. The fact that the head of Rockstar North is gone, they're still making millions upon millions of dollars from GTA Online. They've just wrapped up with Red Dead Redemption 2, and they've just taken Red Dead Online out of beta, which is probably going to make them even more money online, similar to GTA Online. And then on top of that, we're also between console generations right now, and that makes it a little bit difficult for their plans in the future. So this, in a way, is sad news for us gamers. We want GTA 6 right now, but we're not gonna get it right now. And to be honest with you guys, and to be honest with myself, we've only got GTA 5 for now and Red Dead Redemption 2. We're gonna probably have to wait another couple of years until we get GTA 6. Now, I don't mind waiting another couple of years if we do end up getting a masterpiece, but I also want Rockstar Games to hurry up and deliver that masterpiece. And at the same time of wanting a new GTA game in GTA 6, I don't want them to rush the game out the door. I want them to take their time, care for the game, build something amazing, create an incredible world with a great story, and we're in this weird place right now. We want the game, but please don't rush the game. So the best thing at the end of the day is for all of us to wait for the game, and just wait and wait and wait. Maybe 8 years from the last game, which is another couple of years from now. So we don't really know when this next game is coming out, but it's probably not for another 2 years, which is sad news to think about, but yeah, it's the reality that we live in right now. But the last thing I will say at the end of this video here is that I have faith in Rockstar Games. They deliver masterpieces every 5 or so years, depending on what game they release, and it's always a good time playing one of their games, and I know that I can trust them. I know that we can all trust them to deliver something incredible. So we'll sit and wait and wait and wait and wait. Anyway, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. It was something a little bit different. I thought I'd dive into a game and give you a little bit of an insight of what's going on at Rockstar Games and why we are waiting so long for GTA 6. Anyway, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure you smack that like button real good. And then, if you're a brand new viewer, make sure you also click the subscribe button with the notification bell on. If you're a current subscriber already, make sure the notification bell's on already. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.